Welcome to the Wealth Advisory's Top 10. We're on to October 2022. Hard to believe, but I guess easy to believe too. I mean, the time flies past, but at the same time, it kind of drags a little bit. Anyway, welcome back. Thanks for watching. We had a good month to start last month in the top 10, and I kind of like to say it was good until it wasn't, and then when it wasn't, man, it was really bad. Markets just took a big hit the past couple of weeks. It looks like investors finally caught on to the fact that the Federal Reserve is serious about trying to reduce inflation, and they don't care if they cause a recession, at least not yet. The investors took markets down, and they're still taking them down. I was just talking to some guys in a trading group that I'm a member of, and they were pointing out that one of our indicators that we like to follow just set a new low. A new lower low during oversold conditions in the market, and that's a big indicator right there. That really shows that the bottom is not in, that this 3,600 level in the S&P 500 is not the bottom. We're retesting the June lows, but we're probably going to go lower. There's a good possibility we get down to a 40 to 50% drop from the peak. It could be even bigger. Sometimes it has been. There's really no telling exactly how far it'll drop or exactly what the Fed's going to do or how much of a drop it's going to take for the Fed to pivot. And that's what it's going to take for the markets to turn around, is the Fed changing their stance, either going to like a more neutral stance where, okay, we're not going to lower rates, but we're also not going to raise them anymore, or legit and about face and pivoting completely to, we're not raising rates anymore, we're going to start dropping them, we're going to start easing financial conditions. So really, that's what you're looking for as far as, trying to find a bottom. We're not there yet. We might not be there for a while. Some of the guys I'm talking to are expecting the Dow to drop another 10,000 points, maybe just in October alone. So it could be a rough month. That all being said, this is a monthly service, or this is a monthly series, and I've promised to do a top 10 every month. So, I've picked my top 10 stocks for the month, but I've got to say I'm a little bit nervous about this month. And in some cases, doing nothing is better than doing something, and that applies to life and investing. Sitting it out and just keeping some cash on hold is not a bad idea. But if you really want to be getting new money into play and making some strategic investments, I think these 10 stocks are the best ones in our portfolio for the coming month. So now that I've said that, let's go ahead and get into it. As usual, I'm going to run through my first 5 picks, and then we're going to cut it off for those of you watching on YouTube. If you want the top 5, numbers 1 through 5, you're going to have to become a subscriber of the Wealth Advisory. I charge people for this service, and I charge people for access to this content, and it's only fair for me to withhold those top 5 picks for them. But if you decide you want to join us, there's a link in the description below. Click that, sign up. It's a really great price. You'll probably be able to make back your money with 1 or 2 of our investments. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it and see what our top 10 are for October 2022. First up, maybe a strange pick for you guys. It does seem a little strange for me to have a tech stock in here when tech is just catching a beating. But Twilio has momentum, and it could see that carry through this month. It trades under the ticker symbol TWLO. And it's kind of a pick and shovel investment in that it provides services that other companies use. Twilio, it provides the communications network for your Uber or your Lyft driver to call you, or your Airbnb host to shoot you a message and make sure that you got that code to get into the front door. Basically, it provides the communications or the services that companies use to communicate with their customers. And communication with customers is important in a recession too. So Twilio could have staying power despite its techiness. So that's going to be our number 10 pick for the month, Twilio, ticker symbol TWLO. Moving on, clear my canvas. And number 9, I swear I can count, just sometimes not backwards. Number 9 is an Innovative Industrial Properties. Now, this is still my favorite pot stock, despite it getting hit pretty hard the past few months. It's Innovative Industrial. It trades under the ticker symbol IIPR. And it's a real estate investment trust that owns medical cannabis-related properties and leases those out to operators or cannabis growers. One of its larger tenants had a problem paying rent, I want to say like 2 months back, and the market is really discounting shares after that because it's basically concerned that other tenants might follow suit in tough times like this. But I will say, I think those concerns are a little bit overblown. Like alcohol, cannabis is a recession-resistant, essential business. During COVID, dispensaries were allowed to stay open because they were deemed essential. During recessions, people tend to drink more, people tend to smoke more, and we haven't really had a recession while cannabis was legal, but I'm guessing people are going to use that more too. Really, when one of these operators' leases gets terminated, there are several other operators lining up to take their place. Plus, there's also a pretty big short position on the stock right now. So if it moves up, that could cause a squeeze and send the shares up even higher. Hopefully IIPR can make some moves this month. I think it's a great stock and an excellent long-term investment, especially at these prices. So we're making it number 9 for this month. And moving on to number 8, CF Industries Holdings. It trades under the ticker symbol CF. I don't know why ticker symbol is so difficult for me to say, but I mess it up at least once a recording. But anyway, CF Industries is a fertilizer manufacturer here in the U.S. It's still down from the end of August when word got out that the CEO and some of the other executives were taking profits. But the thing is, they were taking profits after a massive surge in share price and a massive surge in basically all things fertilizer. So really, they were doing what's smart, and what I suggest you guys do after a stock surges is take some profits off the table. Chances are they're going to be buying back in now that it's gotten down. But the thing is that that's neither here nor there. There's still a global food shortage going on, and it's getting worse. And one of the few things that could actually make it better is access to more fertilizer. About 50% of the world's population relies on food that's grown by fertilizer. And so, we need a lot of fertilizer to keep that big population going. CF is not subject to sanctions like its Russian counterparts. It's also not in a chaotic corner of the world like its counterparts in Africa. It's right here in one of the biggest farming and agricultural markets in the world, the United States. So I think that it could see some movement this month. I think that it's one of our best stocks in the portfolio. I think it's a great long-term investment, and we're making it number 8 for the October top 10. Right. And so next up is number 7. And this one honestly might seem a little bit crazy too, because demand drops in a recession, and we are heading for an official recession and have been in an unofficial one all year, if you ask me. But I'm adding Freeport-McMoRan in at number 7. It trades under the ticker symbol FCX. Look at that, I got ticker symbol right that time. And it's a copper producer, obviously. Copper and gold. Both of those things are commodities. Both of those things are metals. Gold is typically a hedge against inflation, copper can be a hedge against inflation, but what copper really is it's the lifeblood of everything electric. Electricity has to flow through copper wires. There is no alternative. And if we want to electrify the entire world, which the Climate Change Brigade seems to really want to do, we need lots more copper. I mean, there's just no way around it. We don't produce enough copper to fulfill the long-term demand, and it's really just a simple math equation. We need a lot of it. We don't produce enough of it. Prices are going to go up. And the result of copper prices moving back up is going to be Freeport investors making lots of money. So we're putting it in as our number 7 pick, Freeport-McMoRan, ticker symbol FCX. And now that brings me to our number 6 pick, which is the end of our first 5, and it honestly maybe seem a little bit crazy too. All the picks seem a little bit crazy this month so far, but to be perfectly honest, which you should always be perfectly honest, sometimes it's better to not do anything than to do something. Like I said earlier, it applies to life and investing, but we committed to this top 10 every month, and we're going to give you one, even if I think it's going to be a bad month for stocks. So for our final pick, we've got Albemarle. It's our favorite lithium producer. Its ticker symbol is ALB. For at least 1 month, we've got a DC that's controlled by people who just can't give enough money away no matter how hard they try. The more money they give away, the more money they want to give away. One of their favorite places to send that money, other than defense contractors, seems to be renewable energy. Albemarle is an American lithium company, and it could be really our only hope against Chinese lithium dominance. So I can see Albemarle being a beneficiary, at least tangentially, of all of this money that's going to green energy. So it's going to be our sixth pick, and that is our first five. So this is where we're going to cut it off for the YouTube viewers. I'm going to do a little recap for you. But if you want to go into the, oops, let me clear out my canvas here. All right, I remembered that all the way up until here. Sorry, guys. Or you're welcome, because you get to see the real Jason. But anyway, we're going to do a little recap, and then I'm going to cut you off on YouTube, and we're going to go into the top 5 for the Wealth Advisory subscribers. Like I said, if you'd like to become a member of the Wealth Advisory, I highly recommend it, not just because it's my service, and I'm a little bit biased, but it's a really good service. You know, we've done a lot, we've made a lot of money, we've helped a lot of investors, and you know, the price is really reasonable. You can make it back pretty easily on just one of our investments. So anyway, there's a link in the description if you do want to join us. If you don't, that's fine. I'll keep putting these out here on YouTube as long as you want to watch them. So let's do a little recap, and then we'll move on. So number 10, we have Twilio Inc., trades on the New York Stock Exchange, ticker symbol TWLO. This is sort of a pick and shovel technology play. It provides the communication services that companies use to talk to their customers. Number 9, we've got my favorite pot stock, even though it's gotten beat up a little bit, Innovative Industrial Properties, ticker symbol IIPR. Coming in at number 8, CF Industries Holdings, fertilizer. We need fertilizer to grow food. We need food to live. Its ticker symbol is CF. Coming in at number 7, we've got Freeport McMoRan. That's ticker symbol FCX. It's a copper and gold miner. They mine a lot of other minerals, but the copper is really what I'm looking at here. We need lots of it to electrify the world, and Freeport is going to help provide that. And rounding off our first 5 is Albemarle Corporation, our favorite lithium producer, a big American lithium company, you know, and a company that should be a big beneficiary of all of the renewable spending coming up. So there's our first 5 for everybody out there on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you get value out of this, and I thank you as usual for watching. You know, like I said, if you want to get the next 5, feel free to join to join the rest of us as subscribers of the Wealth Advisory. I highly recommend it. We'd love to have you on board. But if not, you know, we'll see you next month with the November top 10.